Rashi from the farm here. I'm going to take you through a 25-minute flow just for your legs. So great if you're athletes or runners. We'll just do some stretches to stretch out the legs. Perhaps the hamstrings might be feeling a bit tight. So pretty gentle on the body, and you're in charge of how deep you want to take the stretch. So got a strap. If you've got a strap at home, please have that with you. Otherwise, you can use anything like a dressing gown cord, a tie. Just make do with what you've got at home if you haven't got a yoga strap. I'm actually using just a martial arts belt, so it's not a proper yoga strap. So I'm sure you'll find something at home that you can use if you don't have your own strap. So we're just going to start in a seated posture first and just reflect on just resting, what that actually means for you, whether you take time to rest even, or whether you find it hard just to be still. And as you're just thinking about that, perhaps noticing how the body feels and noticing how the mind feels. And then make your way onto all fours. So knees hip width distance, palms are shoulder width distance. And just notice how the body's feeling. You might want to rock backwards and forwards, dropping hips to heels, and then bringing the body over towards the palm, just being curious. Softening the back of the neck, perhaps keeping the gaze down low. Just do that a couple more times. Notice your breath coming in and coming out. Keep that contemplation of your relationship with rest in your mind. And welcome yourself onto your mat. You might even want to make some circles with the hips, moving out to the side. Just moving the body in a way that feels nurturing, that feels organic. And just being curious about any tender or tight spots, particularly in the leg area, the hip area. Bring the rocks to a stillness. Let's take some cat-cow curls. On the breath in, the waist goes back and the gaze goes up. On the breath out, rounding and arching. Inhaling, dropping the waist back, the gaze up. Exhaling, belly button to spine. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Do a few more in your own breath, just noticing one stretch from the other, noticing how the backbone feels, noticing how the shoulders and the neck feel. Let that breath just sweep in and sweep out. Then coming back onto all fours, extending that right leg behind you, just keeping it at hip height. Engage the core a little. And then bending the knee, stacking that right leg over the left. So stacking the hips on top of each other. Trying to keep equal weight in the palms. You can rotate the ankle one way and then the other. Keep the gaze down low so the neck's not straining. The right leg comes back and then bring it all the way through in between the palms. Get stable first in your base. You can scoot the left knee back a little. Once you feel stable, relax through the shoulders and breathe the arms up, placing the palms on that front thigh. On the breath in, you're just creating length, so lengthening through the crown of the head. On the breath out, pushing that right thigh away from you, opening up the hips. You can scoot that left knee back a little, as I said. So inhale to lengthen, exhale, just lunging, noticing how the legs feel. Breathing in to lengthen again, keep the jaw soft, and breathing out, lunging a little bit more. Inhaling and exhaling. Come back to lengthen the spine. Breathe the arms up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, come down and frame that front foot. Come onto the ball of the back foot, lifting the leg up. Use your hands to support you. You can keep that back knee dropped if you want, or lift the leg up and push out through the ball of the foot. You decide what's good for you. Then straightening that front leg, that right leg. With each inhale, lengthen through the spine, so a nice flat back. With each exhale, perhaps bringing nose to knee. The leg doesn't have to be straight. If you need to give it a micro bend, just give it a micro bend, especially if your hamstrings are feeling a little tight. Just soften through the neck. Drop the back knee down and then straighten the front leg. So you can do that as I showed you kneeling down, or you can do it with the ball of the back foot. For those of you wanting to take it deeper, whether the back knee's dropped, you can lift the right heel up, come onto the toes and pull the toes towards you, just deepening the stretch. It's quite a deep stretch, so go gently. With each inhale to lengthen, exhale, perhaps coming down a little bit more. And then flattening the foot down, framing the foot with the palms. Drop the back knee down if it's not there already, and guide the right knee back onto all fours. Take a cat-cow girl here, a breath in, the waist goes back, the gaze up, and as you breathe out, that rounding and arching. Come back to a neutral spine. This time we're extending the left leg behind you, again just at hip height. And then bending that left knee, stacking it over the right hip, keeping that equal weight in the palms, rotating the ankle one way and then the other way. Noticing how this side of the body feels. Know that wisdom comes once we become still and give our body rest. Inhale, the left leg comes back. Exhale, bring it all the way through. Land it in between the palms. Use your hands to support you. So again, you can stay on that back knee if that's more nourishing for you. Sliding the right knee back this time. Once you feel stable, bring those palms onto that front thigh. Get steady first. Take a breath in. You're lengthening through the crown of the head. As you breathe out, lunging that left knee, opening the hips, stretching the legs. Inhale, lengthen but soft shoulders. Exhale to lunge. Let's do a couple more. Breathing in, create length in the spine with a strong focus, and as you breathe out, lunging forward. Inhaling, come up again. Exhaling to lunge. This time breathe the arms up. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, frame that front foot. Ground the hands first. And again, either come onto the ball of the back foot, pushing out through the sole of the foot and straightening the left leg. Otherwise, drop down onto the back knee. With each inhale, that lengthening. With each exhale, the head floats to the knee. Notice how the hamstrings are feeling on this side. I'll just show the modification there. And whether you're on the back knee or the ball of the back foot, option again to lift the toes up, coming onto the heel and pulling them towards you as you drop the head towards the knee. Notice your quality of mind, notice your quality of breath. Ask yourself, how much time do you give yourself just for yourself, me time? How much time do you spend in just resting and nurturing? Take one more breath here. And then lunging forward, dropping the back knee down, flattening the back foot. Scooting the left knee back, coming back onto all fours. Let's walk the palms to the edges of the mat. Drop into puppy pose. Really stretch that spine. Hips in towards the ceiling, chest down towards the mat. Feel the stretch down the back. If you want to stretch of the upper back, turn the eye gaze to the top of the mat and you'll feel a pull in the upper back. Otherwise, just keep the eye gaze down low. And then gently walking the hands back, hips lift up, come into downward facing dog. Notice how those legs are feeling. Pushing the upper body back towards the thighs, making adjustments with the feet and the palm. Gaze is up at the navel and bend the knees as much as you need to. You might want to see how the legs are feeling by bending each knee and then dropping the alternate heel down. Notice any tired or tender spots. Send the breath to those areas. And then a gentle stroll up towards your palms as you hang in ragdoll. Just let that upper body hang heavy. Crown of the head towards the mat. Perhaps even taking a gentle rock from side to side. Just nourish yourself in a way that helps you blossom. We should include that in every day as part of our schedule. The crown of the head be heavy. The breath enters and the breath leaves. On the inhale, come into a halfway lift, a nice flat back. On the exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the arms reach all the way up to standing. As you exhale, hands to your heart space, let the breath go. Inhale, reaching up. You might want to take a back bend. Exhale, a swan dive down to your mat. Inhale, a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, breathe the arms all the way up to standing. As you exhale, place the hands around the hip flexors. Make the feet a little wider, so you might want to come side on your mat. You take it as wide as you want to feel the stretch. Get grounded in the feet first. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Inhale, the arms reach up. As you exhale, take a swan dive down to your mat. If the hands don't quite reach the mat, you can use a block. You can widen the feet a little bit more here if you're wanting a deeper stretch of the legs. And use a block if you need a bit of height. Take a breath in here. Halfway lift. And as you exhale, just lunging with that right knee, keeping the left leg straight. Feel the stretch here. Inhale, you come back to center. And as you exhale, the other side, so keeping the right leg straight, lunging with the left knee. One more on each side, breathing in back to neutral. Breathing out, you're taking the stretch. Inhale, coming back to neutral. Exhale, lunging, stretching on the other side. On the inhale, come back to neutral. Scoot the feet back in so we're back to hip width distance. Let the body just hang heavy for a breath in and a breath out. And then turn the feet out so they're fanning, the toes are fanning out a little bit wider than hip width. Get grounded first in the feet, soften the gaze, and then breathe the arms up on the inhale. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, come into a squat. So tailbones heavy, hands to your heart space. You can come down as low as you like. Some of you might better come all the way down like this, or some of you might be halfway down. The heels don't necessarily have to be flat on the mat. You might have the heels lifted up. Lift up through the crown of the head, but the tailbone's heavy no matter what height that you're in. Then just let the breath enter and let the breath go. Soften the jaw, focus your mind. You're inhaling and exhaling. And then gently place the hands on the ground. Make sure your strap's handy. And come down all the way onto your mat. Have your strap by your side. Let the whole of that back body just rest. So you're taking the stretch of the legs now. So if it's not comfortable for you to have both legs straight on the mat, we're putting the strap around the left foot and extending it up. The right leg is extended, but if it's not comfortable for you, you can bend it at the knee and place the right foot on the mat. So just pull that left leg all the way up first. Try and relax through the shoulders. You might want to wrap the strap around the palms a few times and then pull the leg towards you. Feel the stretch down the whole leg. Try and soften the shoulders. Let the breath enter and let the breath leave. The sole of the foot is shining up towards the ceiling. And then start to walk the hands up the strap towards the foot. You'll feel the stretch just deepen a little. Keep the breath cycle flowing in. You've got an option to either stay here or take a breath in, let the breath go. On the next inhale, flare the elbows out, lift the head up as you bring nose to knee. One more breath here. The head drops back down. We're holding the strap with the left hand. The right arm comes out to the side and we're lowering the left leg all the way out to the side. So if the leg just flops down to the floor easily, just lift it up a couple of inches so there's tension there. You're pulling the strap towards you and the sole of the foot is pushing against the strap. So there's that counter resistance. Try not to roll the right hip over. If you feel like it's rolling over, place the right hand on the hip to push it down. The shoulders are on the mat. And if you want to make it into a more restful or restorative posture, you can place a bolster or a block or a pillow under that left leg or the left foot so it's a little bit more supported. So you decide, start to feel that stretch down that left leg. Start to tune in onto your breath. Know that you've got permission to rest and recharge, so let yourself do that. Incorporate it into your daily schedule. When you're ready, extend the leg all the way back up. Give it a little tug in the center first. And then we are going to swap hands. So the left arm comes out to the side and we're taking a twist over to the right. Again, you take it to your degree. The gaze can be over to the left as the leg falls to the right. You can make it restorative again by popping a bolster under the leg as it twists over. Really try and lengthen your breath cycle here. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath here. And then very gently use your core, bring the leg back up. Walk the hands back up the strap, lifting the head up, taking that stretch, flaring the elbows out. One more breath. The head drops back down. Just gently guide the left knee into the chest. Give it a gentle squeeze. Bring the right knee in. Notice the difference perhaps from the leg we've just stretched. A gentle rock from side to side. Massaging that lower spine, bringing both knees in. And then when you're ready, this time the left leg extends down onto the mat. If that's too much, you bend it at the knee and place the left foot down on the ground. Wrap the strap around the right foot. First, we're just extending it up, holding the strap in either hand. Make sure the elbows are soft, so again, wrapping the strap around the palms if you need to. And just pull the leg up towards the ceiling so the sole of the foot is up towards the ceiling. Notice the inhale, notice the exhale. Notice how this side of the body feels. You can either stay here or start to walk the hands up the strap, just deepening that stretch a little. And again, option to either stay here or take a breath in, let the breath go. And then on your next inhale, lifting the head up, flaring the elbows out as head comes towards the nose. A deep inhale, let the breath go. And then very gently, just starting to lower the head back down onto the mat. This time we're holding the strap with the right palm The left arm comes out to the side and we're lowering the leg all the way over to the right. Again, just be curious about the difference on this side. It's quite normal to be more flexible on one side than the other. If that left hip is rolling over, place the left palm down on it to press it down. And then just get settled in the pose. As you pull the strap towards you, let the sole of that right foot push against the strap. Know that if you get tired, you simply need to learn to rest. Know that it's safe and it's okay for you to rest. Some days you need to just take a step back, nurture you, and recharge your soul. One more breath here. When you're ready, use your core to bring the leg back up. Give it a little tug first. And then this time holding the strap with the left hand, the right arm extends out to the side and we're taking the twist over to the left. Gaze can be to the outstretched arm or just keep the chin neutral. You're inhaling and you're exhaling. Feeling the twist on the other side. Keeping everything soft, the neck, the shoulders, even the fingers on the strap. Just soften them a little bit more so they're not gripping the strap too tensely. Take a couple more breaths here in your own time. When you're ready, the leg extends all the way back up. Walk the hands back up the strap. If you want to take that extra stretch, lifting the head up, flaring the elbows out, bringing nose to knee. A breath in, let the breath go. And then gently, when you're ready, dropping the head back down, bringing the right knee in for a squeeze. The left knee comes to meet it, taking that gentle rock from side to side. Notice how the legs are feeling. Notice how the body's feeling. Then gripping the big toes with the peace fingers as they reach. Start to spread the legs out into a wide-legged straddle. So in this pose, you're getting a stretch of the arms as well. Some of you may want to place your hands on the inner thighs, and you may get a deeper stretch here if you can't quite reach your big toes. So decide what's good for your body. Shine out through the soles of the feet. Feel that stretch down the whole legs. Letting the breath just guide you. Letting the shoulders and the spine rest on the mat. One more breath. And when you're ready, guide the two big toes together. Bring those knees back in for a squeeze. And then dropping the feet down onto the mat. Extending the body all the way down. Reach back with the fingertips, point the toes. Take a full body stretch here. A deep inhale in through the nose. A big letting go sigh out the mouth. Perhaps rotating the ankles and wrists. Taking another full body stretch here. A deep inhale in. And a big letting go sigh as you soften the body down into the final resting pose. So just allowing the body just to rest, getting comfortable. If you need a bolster under the knees, go ahead. And just let the body completely rest. Let the breath enter, let the breath leave. I'll guide you when it's time to come out. But for now, just let mind, body, and soul rest.
I found a love.
Sometimes the best way to recharge our batteries is simply just to unplug them.
I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were that someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a love.
Notice your next breath enter. Notice your next breath leave. Deciding if you want to finish your practice lying down, whether you want to roll over to your preferred side and take a pause there if you want to finish your practice seated. Know that from time to time the warrior must recharge and replenish. Go somewhere quiet, get silent, power up for the meeting, battle, treks and hikes. So give yourself that permission. You don't need to fix everything that's broken. You don't have to make everyone happy. For now, rest, breathe, take time for you. It's time to replenish body, mind and soul. If you're coming up into a comfortable seated posture, make your way there now, keeping the eye gaze closed. If you feel to finish your practice lying down, then just remain lying down. If you're seated, lift up through the crown of the head, widen through the collarbones and let the sit bones round. And if you're lying down, perhaps even letting the body just get a little heavier on your mat. Know that you're breathing in and know that you're breathing out. Make sure you incorporate rest in your day, at least 15 to 20 minutes each day just for yourself. If you're not healthy and rested, how can you possibly take care of anyone else? As you take your next inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, hands to your heart space. Simply slow down, rest up, replenish and refill your cup first. And then watch the ripple effect that has on those around you. Take a breath in, let the breath go. Know that if there was no winter, a time of resting, there would be no summer. The divine in me honours the divine in each and every one of you. Make time to rest before your head hits the pillow tonight. Namaste.
Thank you for watching once again. Please consider subscribing, making a comment, letting us know what you think. Have a wonderful day and thanks for being with Stretch and Flow.